2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinos and Nidorinos. Today is the Doofed Combats facing the Bell and the Angels, and the Combats definitely need this win. They are currently sitting in last place on the ladder, whereas the Bell and the Angels are sitting fourth, and they start off with Hatterene and El Creamy, whereas it's the pseudo-legendary Kommo and Poliwrath starting out for the Doofed Combats. It is the physical attacking Doofed Combats versus the specially based Bell and the Angels, and a huge super effective move. Cross Poison start out this matchup for Kommo onto Hatterene, as that fissure is avoided, attempted by Poliwrath. Amnesia now by El Creamy is going to boost its special defense, and a Milk Drink by Hatterene, practically negating the effects of what Kommo just did. Hatterene restoring its health almost to full strength. Kommo now going with the power split, so it is going to share its power with El Creamy there. And now Poliwrath goes with the Petal Dance, continuing its focus there on El Creamy. Last resort does fail, and Hatterene going with the Spatial Rend. This will be super effective if it goes for Kommo, and it does. Huge damage. Kommo hangs on from that super effective move and responds with an Astonish onto Hatterene there, so you have to think Hatterene will flinch after that super effective critical hit as well. Poliwrath continuing with the Petal Dance, continuing to go for El Creamy here, and it's left itself in a confused state due to its fatigue. El Creamy though goes with the Aerial Ace, super effective on the fighting water type. Now Hatterene has flinched, so it is unable to move as Kommo performs a Feather Dance here. Focusing in on El Creamy with that attack is going to lower its attack greatly. And Poliwrath in its confusion has struck itself. That is a terrible mistake to make, as El Creamy begins to absorb power to perform the Geomancy, looking to boost its own stats here. Hatterene this time goes for a Petal Blizzard of its own with that grass move, and almost gets the elimination on Poliwrath. Not very effective on Kommo, who's still able to hold on, but Kommo and Poliwrath are sitting ducks here. Very easy targets. Those sitting Psyducks, in fact. But does give a boost to its own teammate Poliwrath, boosting its attack, and Poliwrath though is able to shake off that confusion and go for the Sand Tomb here on Hatterene. Hatterene does become trapped in that quicksand, as that Geomancy is finally performed by El Creamy, boosting that stats here. This could be a really good play with that boosted special attack. El Creamy already having 110 special attack, but Hatterene though gonna go for the Fusion Bolt. You have to think this will get the elimination, going for Kommo, and it takes out the pseudo-legendary, even though not very effective. Kommo is the first Pokemon taken out of this matchup, and there, Hatterene taking damage from that Sand Tomb. Conqueror coming out now to join Poliwrath as El Creamy performs the Brick Break and gets the elimination on Poliwrath very early. Good follow-up after Hatterene's effects. And Conqueror goes for the Blue Flare onto El Creamy. He's going to do very minor damage there, as Hatterene starts to show fake tears there. It is going to lower the special defense of Conqueror, as Conqueror now being joined by Lucario. Lucario needs to capitalize on that Steel typing. And the Clanging Scales, it is a one-hit wonder. Conqueror was eliminated with those Clanging Scales. It didn't do much damage to Lucario, but Conqueror is taken out as Lucario goes with the Thunder. And that Thunder comes down hard on El Creamy, but El Creamy tanks that so well. And a Mystical Fire from Hatterene onto Lucario, and Lucario is eliminated with that super effective move. The Bell and the Angels are dominating here. Hatterene and El Creamy teaming up are so destructive against the Doofed Combats, as Gallade and Mienshao now on the field, and Mienshao goes for the Waterfall on El Creamy, and El Creamy is eliminated there. Finally the Combats get an elimination, and Gallade goes with the Aerial Ace to take out Hatterene. A very good, huge play there by Gallade and Mienshao, going for the two eliminations in the one turn, as Primarina and Grimmsnarl now come out for the Bell and the Angels. And Mienshao going with the Confuse Ray to welcome Primarina to the field, hoping to make sure that Primarina hits itself in its confusion. But before that happens, Gallade is going to go for the Surf. It's going to ride that Surf and hit everyone on the field. Looks like it might have done the most damage to its own teammate there. It wasn't very effective on Primarina. Grimmsnarl goes with the Throat Chop onto Mienshao. Not very effective, but good damage there. This Primarina is confused, and it shakes it off and goes for the Twister. So it's going to hit both Mienshao and Gallade. Gallade taking its first damage. And Mienshao responds with the Blast Burn onto Grimmsnarl. Huge hit there. But Gallade follows it up, with a payback onto Grimmsnarl. Not as effective there, and Primarina still confused. Is unable to go for an attack, instead he hurting itself in that confusion, and Grimmsnarl sets up for a Skull Bash here. It's going to tuck its head and boost its defenses. With that, see if it can land that Skull Bash, as Mienshao has to recharge, and Gallade goes for the Confide. This will open the door for Grimmsnarl to finish off that Skull Bash. And here it goes, lining up Gallade with that move. A huge hit, but Gallade holds on. Massive damage to Primarina, again hurting itself in its confusion. Mienshao now has the opportunity, but goes with the Teeter Dance, which is going to leave everyone but itself on the field confused. And Primarina already is confused. See if it actually cures it off. That might straighten it up. But it has left Gallade, its own teammate. You hope it doesn't eliminate itself now. Gallade is able to shrug it off and go for the Sludge Wave, which hits everyone on the field and eliminates its own teammate. Gallade ended up eliminated. Mienshao has eliminated Grimmsnarl with that move and left Primarina poisoned, but Gallade takes out its own teammate. What are the combats doing? Primarina has snapped out of that confusion and proceeds to tickle Gallade, clearly playing games with it, knowing that it is a 3-on-1 advantage for the Bell and the Angels. That poison, though, does take effect on Primarina, doing damage there. Now, to join Primarina is Sylveon. Gallade still is confused. Is able to shrug it off, though. Goes for the Grassy Glide. Instead of going for the super effective move on the Water type, goes for Sylveon, and Primarina proceeds to try and charm Gallade on the field here. That does lower Gallade's attack greatly. And Sylveon performs a Teeter Dance of its own. So 2 Teeter Dances following within close proximity to each other, and Primarina still suffering the effects of that poison. Is an easy target for Gallade, who has snapped out of its confusion and goes for the Bullet Punch, and does go for Primarina here, so it's now a 1 versus 2 battle. Gallade chipping away, but Sylveon could get the job done here, and goes with the Blast Burn. And Gallade is eliminated. We will not find out who that last Pokemon for the Bell and the Angels is, as the Angels are the victors there with that Blast Burn critical hit on Gallade. Brilliant performance there by the Bell and Angels, getting a strong start. This has put them on top of the leaderboard. A fantastic play. See if they can continue that when they face the team who is currently in second, the Olivine Ore, next round. That could be a huge matchup, 1 versus 2. But first, next matchup will be the Santaloon Swarm facing the Surchester Frost. Also, the Pewter Stones and the Dooford Combats will be facing each other next round. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best talent field and why they were probably from the Battle and the Angels. But more importantly, if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and even more important than that, always remember, you are awesome, and I will see you when you see me.